You were pole dancing last weekend,
Yeah,
weren't you?
yeah. We went to Pop World, and because they've got like poles and stuff.
I
we
had a
all,
few nights in Pot World.
yeah, we all. Well, originally I wasn't even gonna go over there, but then I was like, oh, you know what? Who gives a shit?
Why not
Um,
go out and have a laugh?
yeah,
So was it just in Pop World, was it, on them poles there? It wasn't like a pure...
yeah. It was
You
Pop.
weren't
It
in
was
like a
Pop World.
strippers or
No,
no?
no, 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 no. Can you see me
I'm just
doing that?
painting a picture of you in a pole, on a pole, in a
And
strippers. I can't believe we didn't talk about that last week. We forgot.
yeah,
Well, not we forgot. You forgot to bring it up, didn't you?
I was tired though
No,
last week.
and but then all of a sudden we'd finished recording, and then Mum goes, "Oh, Ellie was pole dancing at the weekend. Did she tell you?" And I was like, "No,
Yeah, I completely forgot. Mind you, I was tired, so I had no brain.
no," because we recorded the day after you'd been out, didn't we?
Yeah, but the surely ever come back from my mates. I think. Yeah.
So you were a bit done in, weren't you? You did well to even get through the record. To be
Yeah,
fair,
I'm surprised I didn't yawn mid like continuously.
through the conversation, just looking at me like that. I always forget that I'm on camera. Do you know when you pull faces, and then you realise people are going to see that face? It's not just you. We had a big... Oh, sorry. Welcome to the Sibling Rivalry podcast, everyone. If you haven't watched before, I'm Tom Fairlong. This is Ellie. Harrison Fairlong, all we know. Is that what we're going with?
Yeah. Just we have two different last names, but
yeah, we're brother and sister. I'm sure most of you already know if you're paying attention to the episodes. But yeah, thanks for watching. Welcome back. This is episode 3. Got to do a few records this week because I'm going on holiday.
Yeah.
So that'll be interesting to see how we get on with a bit more intense schedule. But I think we'll be alright, won't we?
Yeah, we will.
Quite enjoying it so far.
Yeah, we have. We've had a really good laugh though, haven't we, throughout each episode?
We had a big night on Thursday, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
So it got off to a nightmare of a start, didn't it?
It did.
So we got to the train station to go. We went hot water on Thursday to watch the show there. Ellie's never seen live stand-up before.
No, so it was completely new to me, but it was awesome.
But we'll get into it a bit more in a minute. Mm-hmm. We'll just sort of... There was a few hiccups along the way, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So it was quite...
yeah, because we got to...
Birkenhead Central train station.
No, we got to Spoons.
It was in the station when I realised, but I don't think I told you until we got to Spoons.
We were on the train, I think. That's when I told me.
So I bought it. We were meant to be going with Ben and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And they booked tickets for the 7 o'clock show, because there's 2 shows on Thursday and a late show. And then he asked me when he was on holiday if we wanted to go. And I've been dead busy with work and doing this.
You've been really stressed as well.
So I just booked tickets dead quick when I was talking to him about it, so I remembered to do it. And then we get to the train station and I look at the tickets and we've got tickets for the 9:30 show and not the 7 o'clock show. And I was like, bastard. So I thought, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll just buy tickets for the 7 o'clock show as well. And I'll lose the money, that's fine. It's only like £5 a ticket or something.
It's not bad though, is it?
No. And then I went to buy tickets for the 7 o'clock show and that was sold out. So bear in mind, I had a really stressful week last week, so any little thing that went wrong was just sending me head west, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So then I thought, I can't get tickets for the 7 o'clock show. I'll buy them tickets for the 9:30 show, and then we can all go together, because we were meeting them for tea and stuff anyway.
Yeah.
And then couldn't get tickets for the 9:30 show either.
No.
So we get to the pub, meeting Ben and Maddie and Spoons, weren't we? And we were going to have tea and that. But I'm flapping. Because I'm like, what the fuck are we going to do here? Because we're going to 2 different shows.
Yeah.
And then we would have been pushing it for the 7 o'clock show anyway, because it was 6:10 or something, wasn't it? And we hadn't even eaten yet.
No.
So Ben and Maddie get there and we're trying to figure it out. And it kind of just all of a sudden we were like, we were leaving, because we swapped tickets with them and we went to the 7 o'clock show.
Yeah.
Because they were both off on Friday and I was working. So I didn't want to get in, obviously, at midnight. I wanted to get in a bit earlier. But so yeah, that was the first mess. So my brother's been on holiday for a week. I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
And that was the first time we've seen them since they come back. And then it was like, oh yeah, all right, we're going to swap tickets now.
It was very brief.
It was very, very brief, wasn't it? Yeah. And then they took off. We ordered food. They ended up eating our food.
Yeah, next time we do that, we'll make sure
we book the right tickets. Yeah, you'll have to remind me when it happens again. So, and then we've got on the train where, you know, what happened to you?
When we were on the train, every time it jolted, I kept nearly falling flat on my ass, didn't I?
I mean, that's putting it mildly, isn't it?
Yeah, I kept going like that.
She was like, whoop, whoop, whoop. Every time it moved, I'd just look and you'd be like, it was, so that was, I was laughing my head off the whole, it was only like a 10-minute train journey as well, isn't it? But I was an absolute
No,
bitch.
we were standing up though, so...
Yeah, but still, like...
I mean, I am my mother's daughter, aren't I? And
yeah. But that, I mean, she's got a reason to not be able to stand up though, hasn't she? You haven't.
No.
Well, she can stand up, but you know what I mean. She's got fibro. You've just got idiot.
And as my mum would say, stop picking on me.
That's what this is. You're going to pick on me too. That's what we're doing here. What are we doing?
I'm scared. Sorry.
You can't start a podcast and then get upset. Sorry, that was probably dead loud on the mic. Yeah, and then so that was the fucking. We ended up getting there for 7 o'clock. I'd had a pint and then I took 2 edibles on the way up the road to the comedy club up Hardman Street. And then, so we get in fine. That was all right, wasn't it? We sit down and then the first section.
Oh God.
There was people heckling
in the front row.
In the front row, and they were like,
"You want to shut up, would they?"
No, and I saw who they did you see them? Did you know what they looked like?
No.
Well, I saw them, and it was a bad sight. It looked like people that you'd expect to just be like, "No," in the middle of a show. Do you know what I mean? Because one of them was having a bit of a laugh with the MC at first, wasn't he? And then he just turned and was like, "Oh, fucking whatever," and they were all smashed. One lad in front of him was coked off his head as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
His jaw was swinging everywhere. So the first section was absolute chaos. The lad who was on then, his name was Dion.
Dion. He was Canadian.
Canadian. Dion something.
Yeah, I can't remember his last name.
It wasn't Dion Dublin.
No.
That's the only word I've got in my head is Dion Dublin, the footballer. But he was good.
Dion.
Anyway, his material was really good, but the crowd was so mental. Well, not the crowd, just the front row was so mental. And it was like a proper... He was battling the whole time. And I felt so sorry for him because he was actually a funny lad, wasn't he? Like, really good material.
But the front row ruined it.
Yeah, they got kicked.
They either got booted or moved.
Well, I think they might have got moved, yeah.
No, if they got moved, we would have still had them, so I think they got booted. Yeah,
so that was the first section was absolute chaos, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But you got like the full comedy club experience because you got like heckling, people getting moved out or kicked out, whatever it was. Yeah. And then we had the first break, didn't we? So also just for because probably you'll talk about me being a mess at some point. I'd had a pint in the pub, and then every section of the show I was getting a 2-pint stein, and they're only like 20 minutes long. The section's 20 minutes, half an hour, and I'd nailed the whole drink, hadn't I, in that time?
It's as bad as me when we went out and I was nailing the ciders.
Oh, you drank 4 pints in about 30 minutes?
Yeah.
I was surprised you could see.
I don't think I've ever been that drunk in my life.
No, you were pretty hammered, weren't you?
Yes.
That's pretty much what put you off, I think.
Ugh.
So yeah, the first section was a bit of a nightmare. But then there was a break and they sorted that out. During the break, my edibles kicked in, hadn't they?
Yeah.
So I went upstairs to get a breath and whatever.
Get a bit of air.
Because it was obviously in a little basement, isn't it?
It was quite warm in there as well.
And I was looking at you, wasn't I? And then all of a sudden I was just like, I'm really high. And you were like looking at me as if to say like, I hadn't picked up on it necessarily. But now that you've said it does make sense.
Oh,
yeah. So I was a bit worried going back in, but obviously I just laughed. So that was amazing. For this bit, I want to talk about what it meant to me for you to see this. And then you can talk about your experience of it, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Just because I really want to emphasise why it mattered so much to me. So I'm obviously a huge comedy nerd, aren't I? Like, stand-up is part of my everyday life. I watch so many comedy podcasts. I watch so much stand-up. Started doing a bit of stand-up again. So it's like my whole world really, isn't it, is revolves around
Yeah.
comedy. So to get yous involved, even if obviously doing this with you as a start, that for me
Yeah.
has really meant something to me. But then we were at the hot water on Thursday, and obviously we talked about your anxiety in bits, haven't we? And I'm not going to do Lauren's material, don't get me wrong. So it was Lauren Patterson who was on second, and first off, she absolutely destroyed it. The place was howling laughing, wasn't it? She was fucking phenomenal. I've seen Lauren a few times, and I've always thought she was funny, but I think that was the best I've ever seen her perform. But the reason it mattered so much to me, this particular, like, Lauren's act, was because she did a whole set about having anxiety, pretty much, didn't she? Like, a whole set was centered around it.
Yeah.
And obviously, you've struggled with it, and we're trying to do things now
To help
to get you out the house a bit. Not to get you out the house, but to get you in, like, situations like going to a comedy club where you probably would normally be anxious, but at least if you're sitting next to me, you're all right.
Yeah, because as long as I have a family member like you, Ben, or even Mum, or anyone else, for
takes
that
the
matter.
edge off a bit, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So Lauren did this set about anxiety, and it was phenomenal. And I was watching you as much as I was watching her, because you were, like, obviously laughing your head off, and I could see certain bits really resonating with you. And that's what made me fall in love with stand-up, was when you hear material that
You relate
really
to.
hits home with you. And I think it was like the first time you've ever sort of realised, like,
Yeah,
people can make jokes about your anxiety, and it doesn't need to
be hurtful or
yeah,
anything.
like,
Yeah.
she was making jokes about it, but it was funny, and it was not light-hearted. Some of it was deep, but you know what I mean. To an extent, and it wasn't like you didn't come away from it feeling like less of a human for having anxiety, did you? So that for me, I was like, and I was high and a bit drunk at this point as well. I was like dead emotional. It meant so much to me that was the first time you've ever been to see stand up, and you got to see, like, someone do a set that's so specifically relevant to you. Do you know what I mean? So I just spent that 20 minutes, like, looking at Lauren, looking at you, looking at Lauren, looking at you, just to watch you laugh. And I say telling you that now because I wanted to do it on the pod. I was genuinely, like, I don't know if moved's the right word, but I was quite emotional around the whole thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it was just so, like, it was so nice to see you laugh at something
That I relate to.
that you relate to so much, and actually, like, you were just in the laugh. You weren't. It wasn't like you were just like, you know what I mean? You were, like, crying your eyes out laughing. I was so happy to see it. So I wanted to just talk about a little bit, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
Honestly, it meant so much to me, especially Lauren's bit. You know, like, because that's something I relate to so much, isn't it?
And it was like, did it normalise your anxiety a little bit?
It
You've
made me
never really had that before, have you?
No, it made me understand it a lot more. If you get if that makes any sense at all.
And, like, did you feel less sort of controlled by it a little bit afterwards?
Yeah,
it doesn't have to, like, define who you are, does it?
No. I'm trying not to let my anxiety define who I am, because even though it's a part of me, I'm not going to let it control me.
No, and you were genuinely howling, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. I loved it so much.
What was it like being with me? What was I like?
You were the same, to be honest.
Because I think the girls sitting next to us that side were laughing at me laughing.
Probably, I think you were.
Was it that bad?
You were just howling laughing.
And I'd start laughing sometimes just before everyone else started laughing, and then I'd be like, oh, that's embarrassing. You just hear my laugh, and then everyone else started laughing. So, have you thought much about it since, or?
Yeah, quite a lot, actually.
Because we got to speak to her very, very briefly just before she left.
Yeah.
And I sort of just verbally was like, that was amazing. She's got anxiety.
Yeah.
And she's never been to comedy before. Thank you so much. It was one of them, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And you were just like, jeans.
Yeah, I had a bit of fluff.
Yeah. So I come out of that section just. I've loved stand up for years anyway, but it really, like, it made me love it a little bit more to get you to see it and enjoy it like that. I'm glad you felt the same way. And then we got to see Adam Rowe as well in the third section, and Adam is obviously a monster. He's probably the best comic in the country at the minute, or he's certainly in the conversation. and he was obviously brilliant. Getting to see him do clubs is great because that's where he obviously his pedigree is. And obviously, he's amazing everywhere he does. That's why he sells out everywhere. But seeing him in a club that's full as well, so it was full because he was on.
It was absolutely packed.
It was quite like the event, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because when he was on, there was a noticeable shift in the crowd, wasn't there? And then I was a mess walking home, apparently. So.
Oh, you were, yeah. You kept nearly falling it off the curb and everything.
Was I a mess, like, because we went back to the pub to see Maddie and Ben, didn't we, briefly?
You weren't that bad then.
No.
No.
And I only had one drink in there, didn't I?
Yeah, and then we came home. No, you had that shot as well.
Did I?
You had 2 shots, actually.
I had shots?
Yeah, you gave me one and I couldn't do it.
Oh, shit, yeah. Why did I buy shots? I know you don't drink as well.
Yeah. I don't know, I think I tried a sip and I was like...
So I did 2 shots just before we left, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense now. When we got back, I couldn't speak, could I, in the kitchen?
We ordered food, didn't we? And you were just... You nearly... you nearly fell into the cupboard.
Oh yeah, because that was another thing. We were waiting to eat because we were starving, weren't we?
Yeah, because we didn't get a chance.
And then we ordered food, and then we went to the early show, so we just had to get a Greg's on the way up, didn't we? Like power walk, trying to eat. It was horrible.
Yeah, I know.
We were messes. Yeah, so I mean that for me was a proper good night Thursday, and obviously I felt different about it because you were there.
Yeah.
And it was like really new to you. So, what was your first experience of stand-up like?
Honestly, I really enjoyed it.
Did you enjoy it more than you thought you were going to?
Yeah. At first I was a bit apprehensive, but then the further we got into the night, I was just like, I'm really enjoying this so much.
We got sat in quite a good spot as well, didn't we? Because we were like right on the end of the row, right by the door.
Yeah, even though I had to kind of look over a lad.
Yeah.
I had to be like this over
it's
a lad.
It's hot water, it's packed in there, isn't it?
Yeah, but the lad sitting in front of me was tall as well, and
well,
I'm like, I'm a midget, aren't I? So...
Yeah, I don't think you can say that anymore. Small person.
Oh, well, I'm not really that small, am I?
No. How tall are you?
5'4". I mean, in these shoes, I'm 5'6".
Oh yeah? Are you taller than me in them shoes?
Yes, I think so.
That's upsetting, though.
I think I'm actually about the same height as you, actually.
What? Without the shoes or in the shoes?
In these.
I'll have to check that out after this. I'm not happy about that.
In these, I'm about in shorter than you.
Yeah. Oh, also, you weren't here when I was setting. We've got new lights, I don't know if you can tell.
Yeah.
And a screen to try and take some of the lighting off the. Obviously, there's going to be glare on the TV. That's unavoidable. But I wanted to try and
block some of it
a bit more. It was so much effort to put those lights together. They're only on tripods, and it's a USB thing. But I had to find. So I've had to nick your plug.
Oh yeah, don't worry about that.
And then I had to go and get one from upstairs. I had to find one.
Was this my phone charger plug or something?
No, the one for your Fitbit. For the USB.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to do, and then I'm obviously trying to manipulate that screen as well, which you can't see it.
Which is a pain in the
But it's fucking massive, and it's so ridiculous. It's so like badly designed because it just doesn't. It's standing up all right now, but I'm scared to even fucking look at it. I feel like do you know what I mean? It's just gonna. I feel like it's just gonna go.
Next minute, if you hear a big thud, that'll be the screen.
And then Mika's running. I'm trying to set the shot up.
And then Mika's getting in the way.
So obviously this isn't how the front room looks normally, is it?
No,
so I moved everything round. And I'm like, and then I put the screen up and it stayed. And then I thought, I've not got the fucking chairs out or anything. So I had to like climb over this couch, hop over the other side, bring the chairs through like that, climb onto the couch with the chairs. Oh. Took me so long to set this up.
That and the dog was being a pain.
She lay down in the end, but yeah, she was a nightmare.
Yeah, she doesn't like change, does she, this dog?
No. So I'm glad you weren't there for that because it was...
You would have, otherwise I would have.
You'd have just been laughing at me and I was very sweary.
I can imagine. Well, like you were trying to wrap Christmas presents with the sellotape.
When was that?
Wait, Christmas a few years ago, I think. 2021 Christmas.
How can you remember that?
I don't know. I just remember...
Mate, was I dead angry? I didn't wrap anything last year and that's probably why.
You posted about it on Facebook.
Oh, did I?
You said sellotape could fuck off.
Oh, yeah. It can, though. I think that's a genuinely good point. Just no one. Why does anyone wrap presents?
I can't wrap. I literally
Would you?
can't.
And do you care about having your presents wrapped
Not really, no.
when someone gives you a present?
No, not
I'd like
really.
get a gift bag and just fucking put it in a bag.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
wrapping
easier.
paper's good for kids, and that's it. Because it's exciting to rip it open. But then when you get older, just be a fucking adult and give them the bag. Here you are, I bought you this. That's what it is. You can see it. Why are we doing all this? Ooh, wonder what it is. 99% of the time when you give someone a present as well, you've asked them what they want. So they
You
already
already
fucking
know what it is.
Well, I can't believe we've just gone on this mad rant about wrapping paper. But it's a piss take. It is a piss take. The wrapping paper rips
So yeah,
so much.
Yeah, sellotapes a pain in the ass because it sticks to everything.
Yeah, so I ended up with fucking sellotape on my chin, I think, because I forgot it was there. I put it on my chin, so like I'll do that in a minute. And then I forgot, so then I had to rip it off, and my fucking beard, my stubble was like pulled out. It's a nightmare. I don't think I've wrapped the present since then, you know.
No, you haven't.
And I don't intend to either. Everyone's getting them in bags. Honestly.
So I'm including something for my birthday.
Oh shit, your birthday this month, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
A little over 3 weeks.
You're getting it in a bag, unless I just give you money, because I don't know what you want. It's
Maybe
probably not an on-pod conversation though, is it?
No.
I don't think that's interesting for anyone else.
No.
What you're doing for your birthday?
Oh yeah, me and mum. This is towards the end of May, so it's like a week after. We're going to Manchester to see Dirty Dancing, like a show.
You staying?
Yeah, we're staying in a hotel. We haven't sorted that out yet, but we will eventually. But I'm also going to see Choo Choo Bang Bang.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with Robbie and.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You absolutely hate it.
Fuck, it's the worst film ever. It is. It's
I can't-
so shit.
I can't stand Bed Knobs and Broomsticks. I actually
Can't
can't.
ya?
No, I hate it.
I hated that one as well.
Oh
Have you ever seen Chitty Chitty Bang Bang?
no.
Oh, it's fucking shit. But it's
I'll
just
probably love it.
it's old though, innit? Do you know? It's just shit.
I mean,
'cause
I've
it's
seen
old.
it in the theatre, aren't I? Like, it's an actual
That'll be
show.
different though, 'cause it's a stage show, isn't it? It might be good.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go and see it purely because.
Well, I'm going with our cousins as well.
Who's going? You,
Robbie, Sarah, and
Izzy. When's that one?
The 12th of May. So that's 2 weeks.
Couple of weeks of
Yeah.
entertainment stuff for you then, isn't it? It's not bad.
No.
The last time you've drank a few times, haven't you? But you don't really drink.
Yeah, no.
Just popped into my head. I think the last time you drank actually was at the hotel with Mum.
It was, yeah.
Because that was interesting for you, wasn't it?
Oh, I think that was also the drunkest I've ever been.
So? You know what I want to hear you tell about this.
Oh God. So me and my mum went to stay overnight in Liverpool in a hotel. The hotel was amazing, by the way. We stayed in the penthouse suite, and it was awesome. Because we had like an.
Did you stay in the penthouse suite? I didn't know. Fucking flat. You get so much more money spent on you than Mum ever spent on us. Saying that there was two of us though.
Yeah, so double everything.
There was two of us, and we had less money then. So
yeah,
that's fair enough.
yeah. There's only one of me, isn't
But
there?
still, fuck you. I didn't know you stayed in the penthouse.
I should, didn't I?
You probably did tell. My memory's gone now.
Anyway, we were staying in it because we had like a little mini bar as well. Like that was all inclusive. Yeah, we got like breakfast and stuff, even though we didn't eat breakfast. So originally I wasn't gonna drink, but then I was like, you know what, I'm away for the night. Why not? So I just there was a little mini bottle of vodka, so I decided to drink that with Coke. Bad idea. I think vodka and lemonade's a little bit better than.
Is it? And then you ended up in a pub with an Irish couple, didn't you?
Oh God, yeah, they were funny. Like I could barely remember what the hell happened though because.
You were hammered.
Yeah, because I was just.
So what happened when you got back to the hotel?
Mum, we couldn't get in the room. The key, the little the key card.
Oh, the key card, yeah.
Oh, it was messing up. So Mum went downstairs to try and sort it out. So I was standing I was standing there. I was more like leaning against the wall. I ended up sliding down the wall and going like that. Because I was tired and I was drunk.
Did you actually fall asleep?
No, I didn't.
You were just a mess at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, Mum comes up and then she just looks at me and then it's like, come on.
Yeah, I'm not surprised you don't really drink anymore because you tend to do it to the extreme when you do it, don't you?
Yeah. It sets off my anxiety as well, so that's why I don't.
Yeah, the next few days are horrible, aren't they?
Well, when I'm hungry, I can't stand the hangover the next day either. Because I'm just like, oh, I'm dying.
Right, do you want to have a quick break? And then
Yeah.
we'll come back and do some questions and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool, right, see. Right, we're back. Welcome back. Thanks for coming back if you've come back. So I've got a question, a couple of would you rathers, and then we've got our first punishment deciding game to do as well.
Jeez.
I know. That we only decided on what we were doing during the break. So
Yeah.
any suggestions for games you want to see us do, please send them in because it's really hard to think of them.
Yeah, and it's really helpful to actually have suggestions.
Yeah,
as well.
any ideas are good. But yeah, we'll come to that at the end, obviously. But I've only just remembered during the break that it's the punishment deciding one as well.
So
and now I'm shitting it.
So I'm like,
I was having loads of fun doing that first section, and now I'm on edge. It's like my favourite first section we've done. Right, so the question we've had is from, I'm calling him Pete the Lizard forever now. I think it's Pete the Devil Price, isn't it? On Twitter is his name. I think his actual name's Matt Jones. So I know it's Matt. So Matt, I'm sorry if I've messed your name up again.
Pete the Lizard.
I'm not sorry about Pete the Lizard though. That's different. You're just gonna have to put up with that. But yeah, you've sent in another question for us as well. So nice one for that because obviously we're new. So anything we get sent in, great.
Yeah, it's really helpful.
Anything you want to do, anything any of you want to send in, the email address is siblingrivalpodcast@gmail.com. On all social media, it's at Sibling Rival Pod, is it?
Pod,
At
yeah.
Sibling Rival Pod. Good job, Ellie knows, because I completely forgotten what it was then. Yeah, so send them in, Twitter, email, whatever. Anything is welcome at the minute, isn't it? But the question is, it's basically the off-menu podcast, what they do. So it's like your ideal meal, essentially. You probably never listened to it, have you?
No.
Start, main, dessert, and drink you have to pick.
Oh God.
I know.
I want to pick one off the top of my head. I've tried to think about it, but
we'll do our starters. Then do you get what I mean? We'll do both.
Yeah.
Do the fit like each one, and then we'll jump up to the next bit.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to think about this as well because I didn't want to. I didn't just want to do a meal that makes me sound like I'm from a continental state. You know what I mean? Make it sound like I've never tried any food. But I'm just gonna go with what I like. The way I'm calling him Pete the Lizard. The way he phrased it was death row meal. So it'd be like the meal you'd most want to eat. So you knew it was going to be your last meal.
Yeah.
Essentially, so it's not necessarily. It doesn't have to be like your favourite foods, but it would need to be the food you'd want to eat the most for the last time. So my starters are a dead easy one. And you wouldn't be surprised by this at all. It's just garlic mushrooms.
I was gonna say the same.
Was yeah.
Yeah.
That's so povy though, but I like them.
Yeah, so do I. Like honestly, they're amazing.
And then my main, I'm not sure. We both don't eat meat, do we?
No.
So obviously that rules so many meals out.
Well, you know that pasta that we were gonna eat on Thursday. I definitely choose that as my main.
We didn't even eat it.
I know that, but like I knew. I think I had something similar to it, so I'd choose that.
Well, Ben texted us, didn't he? Because they ended up eating our food, obviously. Yeah, and I got a text off Ben when we were walking up to the comedy club saying that pasta was banging, by the way. I was gutted. I've had it a few times, it's dead nice.
Yeah, I'd definitely choose that pasta.
So I would think I would choose something Italian or Mexican. I really like Mexican food as well. So maybe something like tacos or...
Yeah, because you really enjoy
or
those.
a quesadilla, black bean and cheese cake. See, even that's dead simple, but it's so nice.
Mm.
So I think I'd maybe go with a black bean and cheese quesadilla.
Well, I'm not partial to tacos or anything like that.
No,
I don't think
spice,
I've ever...
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit scared a bit.
I can't handle spice, can I?
No, you big wimp.
I mean...
So I think, yeah, I'm choosing black bean and cheese quesadilla.
Yeah, because you've had that before, yeah.
Yeah, obviously I've had it before.
Yeah, I know that.
That's the point of the question.
Yeah.
You're weird picking something you've never eaten.
I know, but it looked nice, and
So you're just picking it based off the sound of it.
I know Ben's opinion of it as
Ben's
well.
opinion of it as well.
Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. Shout out Ben. Dessert is the one I struggle with because I'm not a... Well, I say that and then I eat 7 chocolate bars when I'm stoned. But I'm not like a big sweetie guy.
I'm not really big on sweets either.
But I think if I had to choose, it would... Do you know what it'd probably be? Do you know when I order the waffle and it's like Lotus Biscoff with... And I get like caramel sauce on it, and then you get Lotus Biscoff ice cream that goes with it as well.
Yeah, you choose that.
I think I'd choose that. It's so like... It's so heavy in calories and stuff, but obviously it's a dessert, and if it's my last meal on earth, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna die anyway, so...
Yeah. For dessert, I'd choose lemon drizzle cake. You know, the lemon drizzle cake Mum makes.
So, I thought mine was going to be pure poverty, and you're just like, you know, just stuff we can get whenever we want. That is a nice cake, though.
Yeah,
Ben hates lemon drizzle, you know.
Does he?
He's not. He hasn't told Mum, and I've just said it on here. I might have to cut that out.
No,
fuck it. Well, he doesn't hate it, but it's his least favourite of the cakes.
I never knew that.
It's because he doesn't want to tell Mum that because she makes it loads and she loves it, and he's like just happy to be
That's
fed.
That's one of her favourite.
But he's like, I'm here getting food. It's all fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, I'm happy to just not be cooking. Like, you're feeding me, that's great. He doesn't want to make it a thing. So if you end up watching the full episode, Mum, and Ben, if you watch it, I'd like to publicly apologise to you both for throwing that.
Throwing our Ben under the bus.
Yeah, for just putting you both in a horrible situation. See you both for tea tomorrow. Saying that, it won't be out then. So it'll be fine. It'll be fine tomorrow. Imagine if it's lemon drizzle cake tomorrow now. Me and you're going to be crying.
Yeah.
And they're not going to know why.
I know.
And then you drink. So for me, it would be... I think I'd have to have an alcoholic one if it was going to be my last ever drink. Even though I don't drink loads anymore. But I still drink sometimes. Yeah. I think I would have spiced rum and coke. So probably Sailor Jerry's, because that's my old school favourite.
Yeah.
And yours is probably just going to be like fucking Diet Coke or something, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
See?
Well, I don't drink, do I?
No, that is true. But do you not like a milk? I suppose milkshake's like dessert, really, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you were going to eat a full meal on a dessert, I don't think you could do a milkshake as well.
No.
Probably feel a bit... Well, if you're going to die, you know what I mean? If it's your death row meal, fucking do what you want.
Yeah.
Also, that kid's crying next door, and I'm really hoping it's not being picked up on the mics. That's a loud kid, innit? But if it's being picked up, I'm sorry that you can hear it, but we have to live with this shit. And the baby's crying all the time. It's fucking... I feel sorry for the baby, to be fair. I actually do feel sorry for it. But still.
Yeah.
Constant crying is a bit of a pain in the arse. We've done that then, haven't we? Are you just going with Diet Coke?
Yeah.
I honestly... I would imagine that Pete the Wizard thought we were going to say like pure exotic things there. And we were both just like, you know, take us to like Nando's.
Like really simple.
Yeah. Or like probably a Spoons where you can get a bit of everything.
Yeah.
But he's a bit of a Tory, so... Not Pete. His name's not even Pete, it's Matt. Not Pete. The guy who owns the Wetherspoons is a bit of a dick.
I know. That's what I was laughing at.
Oh, was you? Wasn't even relevant either. It just came out. So we've got a couple of Would You Rathers. These are ones that we didn't do last week, that Lucy sent across. And this one to me, I actually thought it was dead obvious when I first read it. But the more I think about it, the more I'm not sure. So it's, would you rather have a tail or wings? And I think the obvious answer is to say wings, isn't it?
Yeah, wings.
But you'd be the only person with wings. And you can't... How would you hide wings?
Oh, it's easy to hide a tail.
It is, isn't it? Depends how big your tail is, though, doesn't it? I suppose. Is it like a little
stubby thing?
Stubby thing, like a... I don't even know what type of dog. Like a dog short.
Like a boxer.
Yeah,
dog-ish.
maybe. Yeah. Or is it like a pure like foxtail? You know what I mean?
Similar.
I suppose either way.
Or whip like Mika's.
Yeah. A weapon.
Yeah, because honestly is a weapon of pain.
But I feel like you can hide. I feel like a tail's easier to hide than
Yeah.
wings.
Or it
But
could be
also,
like a curly thing, like Otis or Sky.
yeah.
When we
Yeah,
had them too.
imagine that. But then the only thing with that is that affects. But I suppose they both affect
Yeah.
your body image, don't they? Because you've got fucking wings or a tail.
Yeah. Depends on how big your coat is, if you can hide your wings.
And I think with wings you get to fly. Well, imagine if you can't fly and you've got wings.
Yeah.
That'd be dreadful.
Yeah, you'd be like that. It'll be that depressing, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you'd be like a chicken. They can't fly, can they?
No.
You know when you say something and then you're like, is that the stupidest thing I've ever said? I've just had that moment. But yeah, so like if you could fly with the wings, that would make me consider it more. But I definitely think it's easier to hide a tail.
Yeah.
And being as self-conscious as I am,
Yeah, same here.
I think that would be... How am I ended up saying tail, but I think that's what I'm going with.
Yeah, I think I'm going with tail, because it's easier to hide than trying to get like a big massive coat to hide wings.
Imagine in the summer.
Oh god, I was just about to say that as well. Imagine like literally in the summer, sweating your tits off.
You can't even like...
No, you can't take your coat off and go, look, I've got wings.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, guys. Ta-da!
Like you just go, I've got wings.
And then like, oh my god, can you fly?
No.
No, I can't. You can't even be like, yeah, I can fly, and then fucking do laps or nothing. Just, no, I can't fly.
If you try to prove that you can fly when you can't, you look constipated. You'll be like this.
Hey, that's one face all again, that, today. So, you know, they're going well. I can't remember what face I pulled, but I remember being unhappy with it. Okay, so somehow we're both saying tail. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Isn't that mental?
Yeah.
When you first heard that, did your brain go wings?
Yeah. Then, like you said, it's easier to hide a tail than it is wings.
So yeah, I can't believe I'm saying it, but I'd rather have a tail.
Yeah. Seems bizarre, doesn't it?
I don't like myself for saying that. That's, you know what? That's how I feel. So I'm going with it. And then the second one, this was again from Lucy. I haven't actually thought this one through yet, but it's would you rather be able to see through walls or have super hearing?
I wouldn't want to hear everything though. If you get what I mean.
In case you could hear people talking about you, is that what you mean? Or were you thinking like shagging and that? Where yeah? I suppose that would be grim, that.
Oh.
Have we ever told you the story about next door? Do you know our old neighbours? And you've it's sort of come up a few times, and you've been like, oh.
I don't think I remember this.
So, it was. I'm not going to name them, but it was the ones before the ones that just moved.
Oh.
So you know what I mean, don't you? With the kids as well.
Yeah, because I used to hang around with them, didn't I?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. So, she was on her own for ages. She was a single lady, which is, I'm not having a go at her for that. She just was single, wasn't she, for a while? And then she got a fella for a bit.
Yeah, they're actually married now as well.
Oh, they? Yeah.
Well, they got married a few years ago, but yeah.
Did they? That's funny. That makes this story even funnier. Right. So, I can't believe I'm telling you this, but I've got to follow through with it now. One night, I can't remember, it was in like the summer, and I think it was quite late. I think it might have been about midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning. But we were sitting in the back. So anyway, we were sitting in the back, and I went to the toilet, so I went for a wee. And as I was having a wee, I heard they were in the back, that next door as well, and they were on the kids' trampoline, and they were having sex. But then I heard her say to him, "Stick it in my arse," while I was having a wee. I was like, "What the fuck?" Do you know, just like, it was horrible, because obviously hearing them having sex was bad enough, and then all of a sudden for her to just be like, "Oh, put her in my arse." Oh.
Like, oh.
And I still see her sometimes now.
I think I saw her the other day as well. I'm just like,
look her in the eye.
I won't be able to. I won't be able to look at her.
I don't think I've ever told you that before, have I?
No.
But yeah, it haunts me still. That was years ago as well, though.
Now that I'm old enough to actually know about this sort of stuff as well.
Well, it's not even that, is it? It's just I wouldn't normally talk about stuff like that to you. But seeing as we're doing this,
yeah,
Oh, fuck it. You can hear some horrible stories.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, it was bad. And Mum heard it at the same time as me, I think, as well. And we were...
Horrified.
Well, it was a combination of hilarious and horrifying, do you know what I mean? Yeah, it was pretty rough. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, would you rather have super hearing or be able to see through walls? So that puts me off the hearing.
It puts me off seeing through walls.
But seeing
as well.
through walls is just as bad.
Imagine if you could see through walls and
By
then
the
see
way,
that.
I hate Laura doesn't show. I don't think she'll show these to Lucy.
Yeah, please do.
Because that just went dark quickly.
Whoops.
So I feel like there's
Not
it's
really.
the same negative to both. So again, for
Yeah.
me, it's a case of can you switch it on and off?
Well, if you have super hearing, then you can hear if there's any danger coming. That's what I'm thinking of.
What do you mean? What are you expecting to happen to you? Who are you running away from? The FBI?
Well, we in America now.
Oh yeah. What have we got? MI6? It's not the same thing, is it? What's our FBI? Is it the CIA? Is that America too?
That's America.
Oh my god, I watch too much. I'm such a gimp. I watch too much American TV.
So don't we all?
What the fuck have we got? I'm gonna have to Google it.
We've got like detective inspectors.
That's just like what Mum watches on telly, though, isn't it? That you get them in every police station.
In Britain, yeah, you do.
This is going to be so obvious when I read it as well. I'm going to be fuming and I look this stupid. I've just Googled Britain's FBI. Oh, it's the National Crime Agency. I didn't know what that was.
So it's the NCA.
Yeah, I've never heard that said before, though.
Neither have I.
Maybe I'm just a moron. Anyway, we've gone off topic again. If you can turn it on or off,
that'll be fine.
I think I'd pick hearing.
Yeah.
But I don't know, because I don't want to hear everything. I don't like hearing what I hear now. But I don't want to see... Well, no, maybe seeing through walls would be cool, though.
I wouldn't want to see through walls.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like football and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But then I'd just see the crowd, so that'd be any good. I still think I'd quite like to see through walls, it would be quite like interesting.
I think I'd prefer hearing because they can just, even that, like, if you can turn it on and off, then that'd be great.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing here, isn't it?
Yeah, if it's permanently on, I wouldn't
want either of them.
No.
Would you rather be blind or deaf? That's a horrible one to ask, but I think it's an easy one.
Deaf.
You'd rather be deaf so you can still see.
Yeah.
I was going to say apologies to any deaf people
listening. Oh, yeah.
Oh. Listening, so oops.
It's going very well.
Oh, this is a dark section, this, isn't it? So yeah, I think it depends on if you can turn it on or off. So I think we're going to have to answer it both ways. If it's permanent,
then neither.
We can't choose neither. You've got to choose one.
Oh God.
That's the point of the would you rather. It's meant to be hard to pick. I think I'd go hearing if it was permanent.
Yeah. Even though you'd probably hear things you don't want to hear.
Yeah, but you're going to get that either way. And what's worse, hearing it or seeing it?
Hearing it. No, seeing it's worse.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd rather hear it than see it.
So I think if it's always a fact, I think I'd choose hearing either way.
Yeah, I think
just because of even if you hear stuff you don't want to hear, rather hear it than see it.
Yeah, I'd rather hear it than see it, so I'm going to go with hearing as well.
Okay. I can't believe how long that one took us because we got sidetracked.
It went into a really deep conversation though, didn't it?
I wouldn't say deep. I'd say the word deep when we've just been talking about bumming.
Dark then?
Dark's the right word.
A dark conversation.
Right, so...
Anyway.
It's that time, Al. It's punishment deciding game time.
Oh no.
So what's going to happen is we're just going to do word association again, but we're going to start with like 3 different things. So I thought like a colour, a country, and then what can we do? Colour, a country, and something else. We'll see how we'll just pick another word when we get there. But if I say red, you can't say then orange. Or if you say Germany, I can't say France. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it needs to be like something just to get us going, and then we can see where it goes.
Yeah.
So do you want to start or shall I?
You start.
Okay, I'm just going to say blue then.
Blueberry.
Smoothie.
Car.
Car?
Yeah, you can get blue cars.
No, but it's not related to blue, it's related to the word I've just said.
Oh, shit.
So we'll just have to start that again and pick a different colour. I'm not cutting that out either. That was funny. No. Orange.
Tangerine.
Oh my god, my head went orange again. Oh, it's too slow, that as well. 1-0 to you, so fuck. Right. Best of 3, innit?
Yeah.
You want to start this time with a country?
Okay.
Try and think of a country, though, that we actually know things about.
Spain.
Sun.
Margaritas.
Nothing to do with sun, though,
Oh
is
shit.
it? I'm not giving you that one, you lose that one, that's 1-1. I gave you the first one.
Yeah, okay.
And then I think we're just going to have to pick a random word here, aren't we, to not drag on. You want to start or me?
You start.
Okay. Oh my god, I feel so under pressure. I can't even think of a word to start with, so God help us when we've actually started. Globe.
World.
They're not the same thing? No, I don't know. Okay, we'll allow that. Sorry, that was my fault. Let's jump. So we'll globe, world, planet.
Fuck!
Yes! Yes!
Oh no.
Fucking yes!
Nothing too extreme.
No, I know. So yeah, that is another thing we should probably clarify. The punishments are just going to be stupid stuff that we don't want to do,
Yeah.
but will make us laugh. Just so it's going to be like inconvenient things rather than like mental stuff. Especially because imagine if I was like, you've got to go outside and start shouting. You'd be like,
Yeah.
it's anxiety, so I'm obviously not going to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't decided what the punishment is yet because I honestly thought I would lose. So, but that will be incorporated somehow into the next episode. We're going to film it, obviously, because what's the point in doing it if they don't get to see it?
I'm gonna hate it, aren't I?
Yeah, you're going to hate it, and I'm going to laugh the whole way through.
I'll probably be laughing as well, but also hating it at the same time.
We need to think of new games as well, so that's a big one. I do really want to ask for
Suggestions
for games because
we
I
don't
really like the idea of these punishments to keep us sort of competitive, and the reason we called it Sibling Rivalry is because of stuff like that. Because you've never really had the experience of that rivalry. So I want us to do...
No, but we don't want to keep playing word association.
No, that's what I mean. So if you've got any suggestions of types of games we can do, send them in. siblingrivalpodcast@gmail.com or siblingrivalpod on social media.
Like Instagram, Twitter, anything.
We're on TikTok as well, aren't we?
Yeah.
I set that up and I'm not good at it. Yeah, so that's a big one. Any suggestions for games, send them in. I would say you can send in punishment suggestions, but we'll probably ignore them for now because I don't want to put Ellie off too much. Because I'm quite enjoying doing this pod, so I'd quite like to
Yeah, so am I. I don't want to do anything extreme either. Some people can get a bit, like...
Oh yeah, so if we got to that, they'd be fucking mental, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
But further down the line, when people see what sort of things we pick, then they might get a bit more of an idea of suggestions.
Yeah.
So maybe further down the line, we could take suggestions.
Yeah.
But for now, any questions you've got, suggestions for games,
please let us know.
Yeah. Would you rather's I quite enjoy doing them. They're quite fun. If there's anything that you'd like to see us do that we don't currently do, any features or anything like that, let us know. That's been the longest episode we've done by a mile.
Has it?
And it doesn't really feel like it.
It doesn't actually.
Yeah, so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was. Yeah.
I'm so happy I won. Thanks for watching, everyone, or listening, whatever you do. I'm not going to harp on about it every week, but I do just want to say again that we have been completely blown away with the response we've had to it.
But the first 2 episodes as well, honestly.
Yeah. I've just realised that kitchen door's still open and it's going to be glaring on the screen. That's just for me to worry about. Never mind. We're not doing this action again. But yeah, it means the world to us because
we're still pretty new to this.
It's very, very new to us, yeah. I've done podcasts before, but not like this. And
I've never
had a lot of fun doing it.
I'm still new. I'm completely new to this, so I've never had...
but it's nice to see you progressing and getting better at it. And obviously it's just fun to do something with people who care about, isn't it? So yeah, thanks for getting involved, everyone, so far. Follow us on the socials and all that good stuff. Next week you'll get to see Ellie's punishment, whatever that is. We'll be recording 2 episodes next week, not that that matters to any of you, but just so you're aware that we're recording in advance because I'm being very selfish and going on holiday.
Yeah, we need to include our socials as well.
Oh
because-
yeah, that's a good point. Um,
So my social media is XEHarrison, X on Instagram and
it's the same
Twitter.
on Twitter, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
And my handle's @TomFurlong_ on Twitter and Instagram as well. And lastly, I think we should always finish this way. Love you.
Love you too.
That was fun.
Yeah,
See you
that
next
really
week,
was, yeah.
everyone.
Bye.